Hello, and welcome to a virtual art tour of the Pop exhibition at the Brooks Theater Gallery. My name is cnaegele, and I'm the volunteer curator for the gallery. I'm really excited to show you the bold, vibrant work that we have here at the theater, and to share with you a little bit about pop art. First of all, I do want to thank each and every artist for giving permission for their artwork to be filmed. The Brooks Theater Gallery is somewhat unusual. It's located in downtown Oceanside in the lobby of a professional working theater, the Brooks Theater, built in the 1930s, and now home to the Oceanside Theater Company. It's also unusual because we put together these art shows to specifically tie in to the themes or moods or motifs of what's happening on stage. I strongly believe a partnership of visual art and performing art creates an exciting synergy. This gallery is the perfect place to discover visual art for the theater goer and performing art for the art lover. I hope you were able to enjoy one of the performances of Sweet Charity. It takes place in the 1960s, so pop art was the perfect choice for our art exhibition. What exactly is pop art? The movement started in the 1950s and exploded on the art scene in the 1960s. It used the imagery, styles, and themes of advertising, mass media, popular culture, and even comic books. I'm sure some of you remember Andy Warhol's famous portrait of a Campbell's soup can. All of these pieces are for sale. As I walk through the gallery, take note of a piece you fall in love with, and at the end of the tour, I'll give you information on how to buy the piece. Let's take a look. Our first piece is called Golden Boy. It's done in acrylic, and it's 36 by 36. The artist is Shelby Marzoni, and she created a series of representations of members of the infamous Rat Pack. Golden Boy is an homage to Sammy Davis Jr., and it harkens back to a time when Las Vegas, with its hotels, casinos, and shows, was the mecca of escapist entertainment. This piece costs $700. Here we have Mr. Big Stuff, done in acrylic, 36 by 36, and also by Shelby Marzoni. It's another in the series of the famous Rat Pack members. This one is Peter Lawford. The price is $700. The First Pitch, acrylic, 24 by 12. This is a little bit different approach by artist Shelby Marzoni. She was inspired by a black and white photo in the Los Angeles Times that showed Marilyn Monroe throwing the first pitch at a baseball game. Shelby was curious as to how little detail she could include and still have it represent the iconic image of Marilyn. I think we all recognize her. This piece is $250. Call of the City, silkscreen, ink on canvas, 18 by 27. This piece is done by Carl Meichman, and he has created a technique where he takes a series of film exposures and then carefully assembles them in selected colors to represent the mood and impression of the scene and the subject. And this frees him and the viewer from the subject's actual colors. Maybe it makes us look at things a different way. This piece costs $280, and all proceeds from the sale will be donated to the Oceanside Theater Company. The Innocence of Eyes is also by Carl Meichman. Silkscreen, ink on canvas, 19 by 24. It uses the same technique and costs $250. Proceeds from this sale will go to the Oceanside Theater Company as well. This piece is called Gentle, mixed media, 16 by 20, and the artist is Nazreen Kahiri. She is a Persian artist born in Tehran, and as an artist, she follows a spiritual path with transcendental meditation. This has led her to create several unique styles, one called Crystal View, another called Sepidar, and another inspired by Persian art called Rainbow Eyes. This is one of the Rainbow Eyes series. She continues to explore old and new styles. The piece costs $285. Headlights in black and white, digital photography, 16 by 20. The artist is Kurt Lightfoot. Kurt enjoys taking photos at car shows, and this particular picture is from a 1930s classic car, back when cars were serious design subjects and showed a strong Art Deco influence. These digital photos are edited with simplification editing techniques, which echoes some of the aesthetics of pop art. This piece is $240. Headlights in black and red, 16 by 20, digital photography. This is another in the classic car series by artist Kurt Lightfoot. The price is $240. Smell the Roses, collage, 8 by 10. Artist Rochelle Farber created this as a think piece. She wanted the viewer to question the value of beauty. What is beauty? Do we see a price associated with beauty? How does beauty affect our lives? The piece is $250. Our next piece is called Expecting to Fly. It's a digital collage, 36 by 24. The artist is John Lyndhurst, and he has definitely brought the 60s to life in this photograph. If you look closely, you can see that she is holding an album of a retrospective, The Best of Buffalo Springfield. John enjoys taking pictures with specific themes that are entertaining and geographically relevant. So he has an Oceanside Alley series, a Coast Loco series, and the Tijuana series. This piece is $300. Happy by Angelique Basia. Oil, 48 by 60. What's interesting is sort of the connotations implied in this painting. There are 8 lines behind the word happy, and in numerology, 8 is the number for abundance. The artist also used linseed oil to create texture, to give a feeling of champagne spilled or poured or exploded on the canvas. The lines are not perfectly straight or perfectly spaced out, and there's places where the paint is messy. And so this is how the viewer can decide what kind of mood they're in. If you don't notice things like this in the world, then you're happy. But if you're in a bad mood, those imperfections are all you notice. This painting by Angelique Basia is sort of like a mood ring in painting form. This piece costs $800. OTC QR, SAG QR, RMB QR. All are digital and 14 by 11. The artist Robert Boyd wanted to do something really fun for this exhibition, so he's created an interactive piece. During the pop art movement, artists used available technology to create images of common items, such as soup cans, gas stations, and comic book characters. Robert enjoys using modern technology to create art based on common objects. And what's more common in this day and age than the ubiquitous QR code? If you actually put up your cell phone to one of these, you will be taken to a related art site. The OTC QR will take you to the Oceanside Theater Company website. The SAG QR will take you to the Sargent Art Group. And the RMB will take you to the artist, Robert Boyd. Each of these pieces costs $185, and the proceeds from the sale will go to the Oceanside Theater Company. This is another piece by Robert Boyd, just to show his extensive use of different types of styles and motifs. It's called Daylily. It's 14 by 11, digital, and sells for $185. Proceeds will go to the Oceanside Theater Company. Chained Melodies. The medium is Prisma pen, and it's 32 by 42 inches. The artist, Rita Shulak, took over a year to create this piece. She was inspired by Escher in the 1970s, but she's told me she will never make another piece like this because it was so meticulous and difficult and time-consuming. She was inspired by teaching the science of optics of light to her students. While she was teaching them scuba diving, and she was learning at the same time, she explored how light changed the deeper she dived. And so she wanted to explore the difference in pigment light versus optical light. This piece is $950. The original brand, acrylic, 18 by 24. The artist is Mickey Brown. The majority of Mickey's work is intimate, abstract paintings, and she loves using shapes and forms to construct a sense of a remembered place. As she says, I am creating a perpetual pause on a singular moment of personal significance. And then she says, and sometimes I am just painting for the delight of it. And this is one of those paintings. She wanted to explore that idea of using an advertising theme that was common to pop art. This piece is $225. Balancing Act, acrylic, 24 by 34. Artist Cheryl Ehlers has created the Pop collection, and you'll see 4 of her works here. She likes to use color theory to stimulate the mind to explore early memories. She doesn't bind herself into any traditional styles, but instead likes to use her imagination, expressionism, and envisioning the world so that she can use art as a tool for universal communication. This piece is $325. Sleeping in the Sun, acrylic, 24 by 34. Another piece by artist Cheryl Ehlers. And you can see the vibrant colors, strong line, and strong graphics that are very typical of the pop art style. This piece is $325. Colorful Homer, acrylic by Rosemary Valente. Rosemary wanted to use a popular comic character for this piece as an ode to pop art. As you can see by the use of color and strong line, she's made it very recognizable for all of us. This piece is $195. Blue Swirl, acrylic, 24 by 30. Artist Terry Starkweather is making a fun comment about our common culture. This girl is wearing designer sunglasses and enjoying a large lollipop. She loves sugar and Twitter. The Twitter logo is in the painting. And the butterflies symbolize her free spirit. Terry likes to paint people who she sees at Laguna Beach, where she lives, doing the fun things that they enjoy. This piece costs $750. Sign of the Infinite, 17 by 21, mixed media, digitally processed. The artist's goal is to create the illusion of two-dimensional forms. Ernie Pick likes to communicate through the use of geometric shapes. For example, in this picture, he's exploring positive and negative forms. The black circle, opposed by the white circle, permits an uninterrupted flow of visual sensation. This piece is $250. Auras, mixed media, 17 by 21. Artist Ernie Pick thinks that the human brain demands contradiction. So a positive image, like a circle, gives the people an instinctive desire for the negative of that circle. And that is what he's showing in this piece. It costs $250. Cosmos, 15 by 15, mixed media. Artist Ernie Pick tries to avoid the predictable, the known, the contrived, and the composed. In this piece, you can see his love of geometric shape. The cost is $250. Sunset, mixed media, 36 by 36. This is one of Ernie Pick's latest pieces. And you can see the heavy influence by the Russian abstractionists like Malevich and Rodchenko. Ernie Pick states very clearly that his work is totally impersonal. This piece sells for $600. Carnival, mixed media, primarily textile, 20 by 23. Ora Suarez grew up in Colombia with her indigenous family, and they taught her to weave ponchos and blankets. After a while, though, she began to add leaves and sticks and little bits of this and that to create more of an artistic approach. And when she moved to Bogota, she visited museums and was so inspired. She visited indigenous families throughout the region and began to mix fibers and colors to create faces of her indigenous people. They are three-dimensional, created from natural plant fibers, and are the faces of a rich heritage and tradition. This piece is $340. Lollipop, acrylic, 24 by 34. Another in the pop collection created by Cheryl Ehlers. Once again, you can see her unique take on pop art style. This piece is $325. Shirley, 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 and Shirley. Acrylic, 24 by 24. When artist Kevin Daly brought this in, I just had to laugh about the title. It's just so perfect. And he explained that he loves silly movies, and he had just finished watching Airplane when he imagined this painting. This piece is $275. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And if any of these pieces spoke to you and said, "Take me home," please contact me. Bye-bye.